Hello everyone, welcome to the CoTranslator tutorial. Today we are going to learn the most important functionalities of CoTranslator. With just a few examples, I will demonstrate how to use CoTranslator to translate text and tables efficiently. Before we start to use CoTranslator, we need to set two things. One is hotkeys, and the second is a language pair. So first, let's set the hotkey for CoTranslator. We just go down to CoTranslator, right-click, then we go to Settings, click on Hotkeys. Then we need to make sure that Control Q is selected to enter screenshot capture, because the default hotkey for screenshot capture on Windows is a combination of three keys. It's Windows, Shift, and S. But we want to be able to do this with just one hand, so Control Q is way more convenient. Also, we want to set up the hotkey for Control D to review. And we will see how we are going to use Control D to start a review window. And you can also set the middle button of mouse to enter screenshot capture, but that's optional. So once we have set this up, we can just hit confirm. And the next thing is to set language pair. So we just go down to CoTranslator, right click, and go to languages. Then we can set the source language and the target language. Because today's examples are some Chinese document, so we just set the source language as Chinese simplified, and the target language is English. So this does not have to be changed. And that's how we set the hotkey and the language pair on Windows. So now we have just finished the setup of CoTranslator. We can use CoTranslator to translate something. So I have just got this document, and in this document we got some text and tables. Now I'm just going to show you how to translate this document with CoTranslator. So first I'm just going to use split view, so I can have content and the translation. I'm just going to delete this first. Okay. So in order to translate text, it's very simple. We just press Control Q, the shortcut for screenshot on Windows. Give it a screenshot. Once we see the message, just Control V. So we got this welcome to CoTranslator. So now let's continue to translate this table. Just the same, let's give it another screenshot. And once we see the notification, we can either press Control D, or we can just right-click CoTranslator and hit Review. So once we have this review window pop up, you can see all the lines, the rows and columns. They're all movable. So we can edit the layout of the table freely. And even we want to merge, we can merge cells like this. And we can also unmerge, right? And also we can see there is one line missing here. So we're going to just add one more vertical line here to correctly reflect the true layout of the table. So once we confirm the layout, we have three options. We can copy translation directly, or we can open the table in Excel, or we can review the translation. I'm going to introduce how to use all of these, but first we're just going to use copy translation. Then we can Control V, then we can select the content and insert the table. Now you can see the table is here. So we got the original document here, we got the translation here. So now we are back to this window again. Now I'm just going to show you how to open this table in Excel. So just select this one, then open file. Then we can click on this one. We can see this table is open in Excel. We can copy this table to Word if we need to, or we can just keep editing in Excel. So now I'm just going to show you the last option, review translation. So we just click on review translation. and we can review the content of each cell. So we can just click on the next. So you can see if we want to make this image bigger or smaller, we can right click this area. We can adjust the size as we need it. We can also obviously change the edit the translation, but this one I'm not going to change. So we can continue hit next and review the whole table. And we can see here the cells with identical content are grouped together. So we can just review them once. Also, if we find one of them is different from the rest, we can right click to delete. But in this case, we don't need to. So we just continue through this whole table. And once all the tables are reviewed, we can do the same. We can open this table in Excel, or we can copy the translation and then paste it into Word. So basically, this is how Translator works. So I have just demonstrated how to use CoTranslator to translate text and table easily and simply. And I have also recorded a few workflow videos, and don't forget to check them out. And now you can start to use CoTranslator to work on your own document. Don't forget to set the source language and target language correctly, because you might not be translating from Chinese to English. If you have any questions during your use of CoTranslator, please feel free to contact us.